But I
You
can
can
say
be the
as an
first.
elementary
No, I
teacher-
can always be
as
the
an
first.
elementary teacher, I also did a sticker system where they had to, every activity had a sticker, and then at the very end, they had 5 stickers in a row that had something they earned or something they wanted to
Right.
do as preferred activity because therefore they've earned it. So it was a reward system built in, so every week, every month, I rewarded them for something they could earn.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I want to emphasize is you as teachers already play games. Education is a game. You guys have points of rewards, you have leaderboards, you have badges. He talks about giving the stickers. I did it in high school. I would give out certain stickers. They loved it. And so these are elements of games that you already implement. The question is, do they know that you guys have this set up as a game? You see, in a game, a student will, as I mentioned, they will fail and fail and fail at the same level until they master it. And they will try different strategies and think outside of the box to figure out, how do I beat this dragon? But in the classroom, we say, you've got this quiz. You got one shot. And if you fail, you have failed. And there is no reset button. There is no continue to try and try again until you master it. That's not how the classroom, traditional classroom, works. And so we go from their experience where they can try again. Now, what does that mean for you as an instructor? That may mean that you will need to have a bank of questions, 100 bank, and the quiz is only 20. And it will, now, part of this is technology, but you know, you can figure it out for what works best for you. If the quiz is 20 questions, you have a bank of 100 reasonable, equivalent questions. They can take that quiz until they master. The question is, many of us still operate under the paradigm of memory as Bloom's base level of taxonomy. But these kids do not function based on memory. Ladies and gentlemen, Google has removed the need for memory. Our job, and what I want you to do is embrace this, because what it does is it allows us teachers to move above memory to the higher order thinking skills. If I don't have to have my kids memorize the what, then I as a teacher can emphasize the how and the why. When we talk about these points, the irony that I find in grading versus gaming is this. In grading, a student can go from an A, here we do it in one or two classic ways. Either one, all my kids start with a 0 and they can build as they grow. Or all the kids start at 100 and they fail as they go, right? But one way or the other, because we grade on percents, the kid can have an A and then they miss a quiz and now they have a C, and then they come back and they do some extra credit and then they get a B and then they have a D. You know, it's unpredictable, and part of that really is based on the feedback and the turnaround time of the teacher. You know, we are overwhelmed, and we've got, at the high school level at least, I've got not only you 30, but then I got 30 after that, and my 6 periods, I got 250 kids that I'm trying to manage. One of the things that I talked about in my description was, if you're doing, you know, how to make your job easy. If you're doing too much work, then you're not doing your job. Let these kids do the work. And I want to talk about some of these critical skills as a way to motivate you to let the kids be more empowered to do some of the busy work that many of us do. But anyhow, in a game, in a grading system, the student goes from an A to a C to a B to a D, back to an A, maybe if they're lucky. In a gaming system, all the student can do is go up. They start from 0 experience points. As she said, they start from 0 experience points. And when they get to that first level, and for me, the first level is the ILS. When the kids come in, I say, what's your word? What's your word? Give me your word. I do this whole activity behind their word. I get them fired up. Your word, man. It's your word. You know, I do this whole thing. But they come in, they get their word, and then their assignment is, tell me what your word is and why. It's an in-class assignment. There's no homework. You have to take it, bring it back. I collect it. They get their first experience points. Within the first 5 days, my kids have already leveled up to maybe level 1 or level 2 already, okay? And then from there, they have to do other work. Now, if I implement, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but just stay with me here. I implement some of the best practices of gambling when it comes to gaming.